Yo, 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 what is up, everybody? This is Colin, back at it again with another first impressions kind of video. Very similar to what I did for the PlayStation 5. This time I'm going to be talking about the M2 MacBook Air. So that's the one that came out last year. I believe it came out in April 2022. So it's been out for a little while, but because it's like the base model, the cheapest one that Apple offers, I feel like it's kind of the one that more people are looking at buying. And so I just picked one up tonight. I had some money from my tax return to throw around, so I needed a laptop, and the MacBook was kind of the one that appealed to me the most, just out of the Surface series, and then the MacBooks, and then you also had like the iPad Pro, the Samsung Galaxy tablets, and kind of that whole little segment of tech. But for me, the MacBook was the most appealing. It's the one that I kind of liked the most, just checking it out. So picked it up. I'll talk a little bit about how much I paid, where I got it from. I did get a pretty good little deal on it, I thought, so I will go into detail a little bit about that. But I just want to preface this by saying, like I did the last time, that if you're expecting some really high-end, B-roll filled video, that's really not what this is going to be. I am going to throw up some pictures here and there to kind of highlight some different points, but other than that, it's going to pretty much just be me giving my thoughts and opinions. And I am an everyday user. I'm not really like a power user doing a lot of video or photo editing or anything like that. I do some music production. Mostly I will be using the MacBook to record my electronic drum set, and I also have an interface which I will be using for that as well. So other than that, I'm pretty much just using it for school, for word editing, and spreadsheets and stuff like that. So I'm not really going much beyond that, I guess. So the MacBook Pro, especially the new ones that just came out, was really not on my radar. But if you are more of a power user, somebody who is doing a lot of video and photo editing and needs that processing kind of power, especially from the memory side, I know the new ones have like up to 64 gigabytes or 96 gigabytes of unified RAM shared between the components. If you are really going to need to take advantage of that, I would definitely recommend the MacBook Pro over the Air. But just to get it right out of the way, if you are like an everyday user, I absolutely recommend this laptop. It is excellent in every way that you would expect and want it to be. It's fast, it's responsive, it's incredibly easy to use, and I say that as somebody who is a Windows and Android person. I have the Galaxy S22 Ultra. And I've had this Windows desktop that I built in my previous computers, and I had one laptop as well, like 5 or 6, maybe 7 years ago, that was also a Windows laptop. So this is actually my first like Apple/Mac product that is not a phone, and I'm pleasantly surprised, very impressed with it. So I'll kind of get into the things I like. There were 4 main points I really wanted to talk about. But as far as how I got it, where I got it, I bought it from Best Buy. There's a local Best Buy to my hometown here. But I ended up getting a good deal because Best Buy price matched for me. B&H is doing like a sale on the base model MacBook Air, which is the one I bought. And I know that's kind of controversial because the 256 gigabyte SSD only has like one NAND chip compared to the 2 that's found in the 512. So it's like slower, like read and write speeds are a little bit slower. But for the everyday user, I really don't think that's an issue. I don't think you're going to really notice it. And for me, the 256 gigabytes of storage is fine because I'm doing a lot of cloud storage and stuff like that anyway. So having the big internal storage drive was not really of importance. But yeah, like I said, I got it from Best Buy. They price matched for me. So I ended up paying after tax, it's like less than $1,200, which is the normal MSRP price. I want to say it was like $100 off for the price match or something like that. So if you are looking to buy one of these, B&H is still doing that sale right now as of February 6th. So I would recommend trying to get Best Buy or another retailer to price match that. Or if you can find it cheaper, Best Buy should be able to honor the price match kind of guarantee that they have. But as far as what's in the box, I got the midnight color, which is the color shifting blue one. And people did say it was a fingerprint magnet, and I can kind of attest it does show fingerprints and spots. But I mean, as long as you wipe it down, keep a microfiber handy, you should be fine with that. I don't really think that it's a deal breaker. I mean, it's a very pretty design, gorgeous finish. So I'm really happy with it. But as far as what's in the box, you get the very sleek, clean Apple packaging that they're well known for. Just the white box with the like computer side profile on it, and there's pretty much like only three main things in there. You get the computer, the MagSafe charging cable, which is color matched to your computer, and it's a braided cable, which is a pretty big upgrade, a pretty big step up from like the standard rubber cables of the past. You also get color matched Apple stickers, the charging brick, which I guess should come before the stickers, but you do get the charging brick in the box, which I know 2023, that's a big deal. My phone didn't come with a charging brick. I know the new iPhones don't come with the charging brick, but you do get the wall adapter plug in the box with the MacBook Air. So if it's something you're worried about, you do get it. It is like just a Type-C to MagSafe connection. So it's in there, it's included. And then you get the warranty info, like the little like envelope thing that every Apple product comes with. But it's very simple, very basic, very easy to get into. I'll throw up some pictures of kind of everything that's included. I took some pictures of it. But getting into the four main points that I really wanted to talk about with this video, they are all, I would say, very basic, but I mean, it is a first impressions video, and I think it's the stuff that'll be important to most like buyers of this laptop. The first is the ease of use and convenience. Getting it out of the box, like I said, the unboxing was very easy, and the setup is very fast. It took like less than 10 minutes to get the computer set up. If you already have an Apple account or like an Apple ID, it's pretty much like plug and play. You just sign in and it ports everything over from your previous iCloud saves, which I do have the Samsung phone now, but I have had iPhones in the past. I had I want to say it was an 11 Pro Max, like the year they came out. I got one and used that for a while, so it ported all of my stuff over, my pictures, my contacts, which was a pleasant surprise. I mean, I should have figured that as much with Apple, being very much in their ecosystem, kind of porting things is like a normal thing. But like I said, 5 to 10 minutes, you're up and running to the desktop. There is a little help bar if you're new to Mac. It's like tells you kind of the basic tips and tricks and features, but it's all pretty standard, pretty straightforward. I feel like most people should be able to figure it out. It's a lot like a Windows machine. A lot of the same shortcuts. Instead of using Control, you use Command. So you can, Command A to select everything, Command C and Command V, copy and paste, Command T and W for opening and closing tabs in your browser. Very, very basic, kind of run-of-the-mill stuff that is ubiquitous, I guess. It's Windows and Mac. It works the same way. The functionality, number two, the iMessage, FaceTime, all that stuff just kind of works, which, Apple, that is what they're known for. Stuff just works, but, it is kind of cool. I can talk to my mom. My mom has an iPhone, so it's very easy for me to just message her, talk to her. We can FaceTime, we can iMessage my friends, my girlfriend. It's very easy communication. Right out of the box, it pretty much works like you would expect a phone to work, pretty much. You can just type your messages and send them off, and you get the red receipts and everything. And then kind of like I talked about before, the iCloud syncs everything, so all my photos and stuff were all there. Apps, documents, stuff from the past, it was all there, which I guess for me is not really relevant because it's all old stuff, but if you are a current Apple product user, to have everything right at your fingertips is very, very convenient. The last two things I want to talk about are kind of intertwined, but I would say they're both like very crucial to the computing experience. Number one is the keyboard. It is excellent. It is nothing like the butterfly keyboard disaster that they had a few years ago. I mean, it's very, very small key travel, but it's, and I'm somebody, I love keyboards. I have mechanical keyboards and have had them for many years now, but the keyboard on the laptop is perfectly sufficient. It's quiet, but still very responsive. You get a nice tactile feedback from the keys. It's very quick to type on. I would say that there's not a lot of, I want to say, I guess, like latency when typing. Like it's very immediate, and it's very feedback filled. It doesn't have a very vague or questionable typing experience. I know there are some keyboards on laptops that feel like garbage and sponges. This is not one of them. Lastly is the touchpad, which I know people say the MacBook touchpads are best in the business, and I am here to say I agree. It's like a capacitive kind of touchpad. It reminds me of like the home buttons that they used to put on the iPhone 7 and the 8. I want to say they had the little capacitive button, so it doesn't actually move, but it like vibrates and feels like it's moving. That's what this is, and it works wonderful, flawlessly. Have had no bugs, no issues, no misclicks, no anything with it. And rather than having like a right click, you like hold down to select things like you would right click on a PC. But it's very easy to get used to, and the UI is like built around it, so there's not a lot of times where you're like struggling to get something to work. It's perfect right out of the box. So yeah, that kind of sums up the whole experience that I've had with it so far. Like I said at the beginning, I highly recommend it, especially if you're like a student like I am. You really won't find a better laptop for the money, I don't think. I mean, it is a little bit more on the expensive side, so if you're wanting to spend less money, I mean, there are great Windows machines out there, but if you're trying to get something that definitely has the longevity, the durability, the software updates, is supported regularly, and just works, I really don't think you can go wrong with this laptop. It's excellent, and I've personally found that the base model, the 256 gigabyte, is fine. It's quick, it's snappy. There's no lag or anything anywhere, and with the M2 chip, it being as fast as fast as it is, you can just have as many tabs as you want open, and it just works. So that kind of sums up my thoughts. If you have any questions, I'd be more than happy to have a discussion in the comments about it. But yeah, it's an excellent laptop, especially if you can get it on a deal, like a price match, or if it goes on sale, pick it up. It's great. The midnight finish is great. It's great. I mean, I would give it like a solid, off of first impressions, a solid like 9 out of 10. I don't really think there's anywhere to improve, but it's not perfect. I mean, it's not, I don't really think any tech is perfect, so it's not going to get a 10 out of 10, but it's about as close as you can get. But yeah, with that being said, I've been Colin. That's been my first impressions. I hope you all enjoyed the video, and I'll see you next time. Peace.